Welcome back to the Journey Podcast with your host, me, Tia Mitchell. As we continue to navigate life, my hope is that we be encouraged, strengthened, and lean into how God is calling us to live this life as a believer, because we know He's there every step of the way. So I hope today's episode blesses your life and grows you close to God. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of the Journey Podcast. Today, I have some special guests with me. We're going to talk about a good topic today on relationships, the girls edition. So hope you enjoy what we're going to talk about today. So yeah, ladies, how you doing today?
Good. How are you
Good.
Doing good.
I'm doing good.
You doing
I
good?
did a sauna and a cold plunge this morning,
Yeah.
and I'm feeling very alive.
Ooh.
You ever done a cold plunge?
No, but I've taken a cold shower before.
Kind of similar. Yeah.
Okay.
And the shocking, a little bit more painful, but really good. The after effects, you feel really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more so like when I was on missions, that was the only time I've really done cold showers. It's like you wet your body real quick, and then you just put your soap on there, and then cut it off, and then lather it up, and then you come back, you wash your body off, and then you like, okay, brace yourself, and you cut the water back on, and just, and then
Gosh.
done.
How is it? Can you do like it for us?
Little dance move.
Yeah.
You gotta, and then you gotta like get all the spots, and then you cut it off again.
Gosh.
That's the quickest shower you can ever take, and you save water.
Wow.
True story.
Cold. Got it.
Cold
Very
water.
cold. Yeah.
Yes.
Impressive.
So, ladies, since some of you, Kat is new to the show.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Welcome, Kat. I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you for inviting me.
For sure. Real quick, just as a refresher to the audience that have seen us before or have not, go around and share what's your name, what you like to do. Tell us what you're excited for today or whatever's on your mind.
Okay. So my name is Ariel. I've been on the show once before. And I think something that I'm excited about is just to get perspective. I think in this season, I'm learning that not all perspective is bad.
Yeah.
Like, perspective is meant to be taken in and to be studied and to be applied. And so there's so many beautiful ladies here and different mindsets that I don't know. I'm just excited to get perspective because I'm in a season where I'm wanting to date. I'm happy. I love my singleness. Woo, that's cute. But like, I want to date. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting ready. There we go. I'm getting ready. So yeah.
Getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
I'm Gabby. I've been on here a couple times. Tia introduced me to the podcasting world. Only podcast I've ever been on, Tia. And the question was, what's in my mind? Well, obviously cold plunging. It's a recent thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I think I'm gearing up. It's about to be Christmas time here.
Yeah.
And so I'm going home. I have kind of two sets of family. So I've been thinking about how I want to spend. I'm there for 3 days for each of them. So how I want to intentionally spend time with them that is both fun and meaningful. And my parents are getting older. So how I want to spend good time with them in the days that I'm there.
I'm Catherine, clearly new to the podcast world. This is my first podcast I've ever been on, so this is exciting for me to look forward to today. But what was the first question? Just
what are you excited for in the season of life or in general about
for me getting all my final details for getting married.
Come on.
When are you getting married?
Next month.
Sleep in a couple days.
So yeah, there was a meme I saw where it said like my fiance's sister sent me where it was it's like when your wedding's next year but it's in 3 weeks and she's silent screaming, that's me right now.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
but it's the season I'm in right now.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
That's amazing. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. I know for me, going into this topic was something that a part of the Journey podcast is more so about going down the line of what the Lord has taught me or shown me or has kind of like guided me into to navigate this podcast in relationships is a part of that. And so for me, getting the version of like what he's doing in our lives as we're in our singleness and what we're preparing for in marriage or dating and engaged and all the things. But it's important to navigate it with him. And so for me, looking back on the past of relationships and having this conversation with you all and then the guys about, okay, what is the Lord actually doing in our relationship? Because we know He's moving. And so for me, I'm just like, okay, Lord, this is a topic that we're going to embrace and just talk through and just see what you're doing in the lives of other believers. And so that was pretty much the heart behind coming into a topic of relationships. And I know that love is always something people are seeking, but we sometimes are like rushing to be loved, but don't know how to love ourselves just yet. And so for me, it's like, what are we actually doing in the in between time where we're growing with the Lord, being that we are believers and we have a faith in Him, and we're pursuing Him. So how are we growing and loving God and receiving love from Him before we can enter in something to love someone else? Um, so that was kind of why I wanted to talk about this with you all. But I feel like each and every one of you have a different story to share, and it could bless someone else and kind of encourage them on their walk with the Lord and in relationships with people. So yeah, what has been something that you feel like you have been learning in this season of being loved by the Lord? And we all are, but yeah, but somebody got somebody. But regardless of where we are standing in our status, we are already loved. So what is something that you feel like you have grown in or growing in when it comes to receiving love or relationships with another person?
I can go first. I'll take the spatula. I would say one, it's like a really interesting thing of like figuring out this balance because I've always been a pretty independent person, even since like super little. Like I like to do things independently or like lead the charge on something or whatever. And so, but I'm also very extroverted. So it's a combo of like, I really enjoy time with people, it's super energizing. And I also like doing things on my own. Or if I invite people into something and they don't want to do it with me, I'll just go do it by myself. But I think something I've been learning in the past many years, but I feel like in regard to relationships, is where the independence is like maybe like the 10 or 15% that's unhelpful, where it's actually like a self-preservation protection thing where I'm like, oh, if I just do this independently, don't ask for help, don't acknowledge that I have like this need of, I need this emotional input or I need this support, even from, I don't know if we need to clarify our relationship status. No boyfriend. So just me, friends, family, all that. But it's like learning that in relationships of like, where does my independence actually cap relationship depth and keep from intimacy, even with friendships, because sometimes it feels like it's a protection thing where if like I can keep this and it makes me feel like safe and secure, then I like maybe can keep myself from getting hurt in ways I don't want to experience. So I think I've been learning that, like maybe where my independence, which I do feel like is a God-given thing in ways where I use it out of self-protection and tell myself it's wisdom. So yeah, but it's a day-to-day thing of sorting it out.
For
so
sure.
And you get years of doing things a certain way that form habits that in certain, I'll say this, and there's seasons where, because I just haven't dated a lot, that it's been really helpful and really necessary. Seasons where maybe some of my family stuff was breaking down. I needed to like be really independent to push through a hard season. But I, in this season, can see where it would be a hindrance to having probably like a thriving romantic relationship, because you gotta be teammates with someone. So
Teammates.
yeah,
That's good. Oh,
thanks.
I can
Years of learning.
No, honestly, I feel like parts of what you were saying I definitely can relate to, because those things are kind of hard to navigate when you have been independent for so long and now somebody else is potentially trying to be there for you and you're like, hold up now, I can do this, like, but it's like you don't have to. And that's a hard place to be, but also navigating it in a way where you kind of like slowly letting that wall down. And Ariel gets on to me a lot about my walls, child, because some of them are just bigger than others.
Yeah, but I feel like you gotta trust people and you show them the door to the wall.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, I'm aware.
Do you?
Dang. See, you telling the folks my business. I'm just playing. No, I think for me it's always hard because it's like navigating spaces where I'm protecting vulnerability, or just seeing if someone is actually gonna protect me. That's my fear, no protection, and I'm out here just trusting you. Whoa, time out. Why I gotta trust you? I know I can trust myself because I know I'm not gonna let myself down intentionally. But now I gotta trust that you will be there for me, or you're gonna comfort me, or whatever it may be. But the walls are very interesting, and to navigate those things are necessary when you're expecting or wanting someone to come into your life. Like, oh, I like the idea of a relationship. Oh, I like the idea of being with somebody. But do you like the idea of them touching those spaces that you haven't let nobody touch or see? And so that's like, ooh, I don't know now. That's when, okay, maybe I do need to be single for a little. No, like, embrace it, walk through those things. And that's something that I'm aware of and I walk into, but my pace of walking into is very slow. But yes.
Can you ask the question one time? I want to make sure because I could just jump right off of that.
Go.
But
You don't gotta. Yeah.
I think for me, it's a little different because growing up, I grew up in a single parent household. And it wasn't like I was with like a single dad, I was with a single mom. So I've learned independence out of survival. And I think the older I become, I'm letting it go of, I mean, I think I can do anything like by myself, right? And I enjoy doing it by myself. But kind of like what Gabby said, I'm very extroverted. But I know that sometimes when I get into my independence, it's because I feel like I am trying to survive. Whereas I am hungry to have to depend on someone. And not to say where I'm like so codependent where I can't do anything alone, but like when you've done things by yourself, I mean, it's cool. It's just like, but how does it feel to consider somebody else? How does it feel to actually share your input with somebody else and actually get a different perspective that's different than yours? And so I think that like, as I'm going through this whole season, like with the Lord and learning what it means to date, I feel like I'm learning security. That's something that me and my therapist, I love therapy. That's something me and my therapist have been talking about in our last session. And she was just like, so what areas could you have put God more in? Where did you take him out of? What's your relationship like? And I'm like, well, girl, you getting a little too personal. But it helped me out because I realized that what I'm searching for in a mate is what I have to do with him first. And so right now, I feel like with the Holy Spirit, he's teaching me how to like, this is going to sound weird. The Holy Spirit, I'm a very vision person, like very prophetic. I can hear and I can see. But in this season with the Lord, you guys know like when someone is like in labor and like their person is behind them and they're kind of helping them rock steady and they're like in so much pain. They're like, but they're like, they're just like, he's just like coasting them side by side. And I feel like that's where I'm at with the Holy Spirit. Because before I was okay with just being in pain and being like, I don't need you. Like this pain is mine. I'm going to feel it. And right now my head is on the Holy Spirit and I'm leaned on him. And so I feel like in a sense, I'm being prepared on knowing that it's healthy to lean on somebody. Like pain doesn't have to be something that we experience alone. But when you've grown up in a survival mindset, your mind is, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be rejected. And I don't want to be abandoned. But once you realize that those are lies, it's like, no. I need you here. I need you to accept me where I'm at. Sorry, I can get off in a tangent. But that's just kind of like, I think like that's just where I am in this season, especially like with the Lord in my dating. It's just like, no, I'm ready to rest on you. I'm ready to lean on your understanding because my understanding got me single. So what? So yours got to be better than mine. Yours got to be better than mine.
Oh my God.
That's real.
That's funny. I mean, I started this season single. I was single, I think, just over 3 years. So very content in the singleness, but also that's where my faith really grew because I had been in a previous relationship for 3.5 years, wasn't involved in church until I think the end of it because grew up going to church, only child. I'm very independent. I am. I am. Does that shock you?
Stop the podcast. Stop it.
I'm like,
no.
I'm like, do I act like a middle or a older?
No. Like I guess I never knew because I thought you were meeting when he met the family. I thought it was like a sister. I met her sister.
He has two
a
sisters.
sister.
He has two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny.
All right. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. No, but like, I mean, growing up an only child, like my parents are really good on like, you know, me getting involved in stuff, obviously. So I'm not like home alone or bored and like mess up the wall like I would do and get bored and paint on it or, you know, with crayons as any younger than 10 child might.
Totally.
But
yeah.
no, I was in a relationship previously that for 3.5 years, and my best friend Kristen had got me and her back into the church that I'm currently in. And so being in that relationship, you know, I guess you could say I was casual Christian. He wasn't he wasn't a Christian at all. And so that obviously made a rift in it. And so I really broke down because I think I had lost myself in the relationship. And so having to figure out like who I am and everything, I kind of had just like a moment where it was just like, I felt like God was like, this is the time that we need to work on yourself. We need to build you up as the woman I know you can be and that I want you to be. Because obviously my desire was to be married. I thought I was going to be at that point by now, but that wasn't the plan. And obviously looking back, I was not ready at all. My idea of marriage, obviously I was like, I could be it would be a healthy relationship and everything, but I wasn't in the space that I needed to be in faith-wise. So before I met my fiance, the last 3 years were really just being involved in church, working on my faith, and I actually got baptized in May this year.
Congratulations.
So making that dedication and just that was just a beautiful day. And of course, at the time he was my boyfriend, so he came to my baptism. But yeah, I think just really enjoying the singleness and really just enjoying that time with me and my closest friends. It just really shaped me to when I did meet my now fiance. And it just, everything had flown, everything I had prayed for. It just organically just worked out well, and we're engaged, and I'm excited. Mateo. He did good. He knew who to ask. That's what it came down to.
That's nice.
I love that.
Thank you.
That is nice. I actually been thinking about my wedding band, because even though like this hand is silver, like I prefer to have gold.
Yeah,
I wear a gold necklace, earrings, like, but my hand, the only reason I have this one was because this one was silver, so I had to match it. But I'm thinking of like switching them out to gold. And I'm thinking about like my wedding band already, because I'm like, it's coming, so I need to know what color.
You gotta be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared.
So I'm trying to see like, how did you know like what color you wanted? I know this is not what we were supposed to, but it don't matter.
It's important.
Like,
I'm a gold jewelry gal,
yeah.
So I just think I like silver too, but I just prefer gold. That's just my thing.
I'm a gold girl.
I was like, I think I have a little chunky fingers, so I knew that whenever it would happen, I would want a thinner band to kind of flatter my finger. And then I've always loved a nice oval cut.
Yes.
I feel like an oval cut is just classic, and it's just, I've always just loved the cut. It's always been my favorite. So I knew whenever the time was right, I would want something just elegant, simple, nothing too crazy. So I have a very similar picture on Pinterest that I sent my best friend. I'm like, for whatever reason, whenever it's time for Mateo to pop that question he asks
You need to know.
Yeah.
he knows what to look for and what to tell
Help
the
a boy
people.
out, yeah.
So he went to the guy and showed him what it looked like, and so this is how it turned out. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Can I add something real quick?
Go ahead.
Just because like this part is so beautiful. I think that also in my singleness, I'm learning that it's okay to desire things as a single person. And just because I'm single doesn't mean that I can't desire marriage. I can't desire a family, or like I can't have the Pinterest board, or I can't think about like I know my ring. I know what my wedding dress gonna look like. I know the venue. I know the location, the time
We
of
love
night.
that.
But I think a lot of times when we are single, people can point back to us of like, well, maybe you should be focusing on God right now. And it's like, but what if my desire is his focus? Like, what if God in this season is like, hey, you have this fatigue of faith right now. And so I'm bringing a little something into you called desire. And I don't know. I think like us just talking about your ring and like you talking about what type of ring you want. Like, I didn't even think about like a thin ring, a thick band. But like to me, now when I leave this podcast, I'm gonna be on Pinterest looking that up. But like it's just because I think God has a crazy way of keeping the promise close because the process can feel very hellish. And so it's like in the process, I need you to know that like this desire in you, I'm not the type of God to put something in you and to dangle it in your face and say, oh, you're not close enough, you're not going to get it. But it's like to have it in your face and say, this can be yours. It will be yours.
Yeah.
So I just thought that moment was just so sweet because it's like, girl, talk about your ring. Yes. Sorry.
That's true.
I'm done.
Yeah. No, that's good that you mentioned about desire because like before y'all got here and I was praying over this time, that came up with like the desire of our heart, Lord. Like give us the desire of our heart because we know that you gave us that desire. Like you wouldn't give us a desire to do anything that we wouldn't actually do.
Right.
So the things that I'm not doing, obviously I haven't had that desire to do so just yet if that's something I'm supposed to do.
Right.
Like I'm not out here a brain surgeon because I know I'm a faint. So that's something that I don't desire. But the things that I do desire, he has already placed in my heart to grow in and to seek him first for and then see it revealed. Because of course we desire, well, people desire relationships and we desire to be in one. I go back to a time when I was in small group and we were just talking and just being prayerful for one of the girls in there because her and her husband were trying to conceive and it's been over a year that they was trying to have the child and turned out it was like some medical stuff that was going on but they was like it don't matter like the husband she spoke on like what the husband like faith was and he said I don't care what the doctor's saying. Like, I know I will have a child. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know when, but it's going to happen. And his confidence, even though I didn't hear it from him, I heard it through his wife. It like built up my faith and encouraged my faith that I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So I was like, dang, like whenever I'm approaching like things that I don't know if it's going to happen or things that doesn't seem like it will, like just appearing, it's like, no, it's going to happen. I just don't know when. And so just to keep that mindset of like, God is faithful. He wouldn't give you something or show you something for you to walk into if he wasn't going to let you walk into it. So yeah, just be encouraged out there. You ladies also, especially you, of the things that we are asking God and desiring because it comes from him. So he's not going to withhold any good thing from us that he's already talked to us or shown us about. But yeah.
I have a question. Oh, do you want it?
No, you go.
Okay. My question for you guys is, what have you learned about navigating conflict in a healthy way?
Gabby,
Woo!
that is good.
You want to go first?
Oh no, I wanted to hear what y'all have to say.
Okay, I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh,
So,
come back around.
For
Navigating conflict.
myself, I used to be very quick to speak. I wouldn't think about what I would say. It would just come out, and it would come out harsh. It would come out. It can come out mean, and it might not. I might not think it is, but whoever I might be having a conflict with, it does, and that's never my intention. So at least these past few years, since I've been more involved with church and now that I teach 8th grade girls too, I've really learned, like I'm learning so much from them. And one of the things I did talk to them about was conflict. And one of them was telling me like, oh yeah, like I just say what I'm thinking. And I'm like, that's not always the case. I'm like, you sound just like me.
Girl, let me tell you.
Let me tell you, it didn't work out well for you. No, but I But lately, I think before I speak, that really was pressed heavily on me. Even before I started dating Mateo, I knew when I was like praying for preparing to date that when conflict does arise, I handle it better than I had previously. So thinking before I speak would always just like be in my mind. So now, whenever we do have an issue or we might be in an argument, or no, we don't really argue, but if we get in a disagreement about something, I'm always just like, let's just take a second. I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. We'll talk about it. And I always usually let him go first because I feel like you have that tendency to just want to jump in and just say something. But I just usually just let him speak. That way I have my time to simmer and talk about it, and then it gets resolved. So
That's really good.
yeah.
I would say that. Gabby, that's a good question. I think something that I'm really learning about handling conflict is that I don't want to be right. I would rather be the person that learns out of the situation. So to kind of go back to what you said, Kat, like I'm learning to be quiet. It's hard. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard, especially if I know I got a good, like I know what I'm gonna say is gonna end it, and I like I can win the whole thing. But I think that like I'm just really, 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 really learning that your silence will always speak louder than your words. But also learning that like sometimes we make things a big deal. And that's the hard part. Because I work in education, and so I think I would rather work with the students than the adults. But having to deal with conflicts with adults, I'm learning that, and it's helping me even when I think about just relationships. It's the mere fact that like there are times where I want to say my piece and I want to let people know because I want justice. I want the feeling of like, no, I am protected, I am heard, I am valued, and you're going to listen. But then sometimes I sit back and I'm like, yeah, but that's a you problem. That has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm just really learning in conflict, especially when I'm talking to people, not dating yet, but talking to people, and they make me upset or like it's a disagreement. I'm like, yeah, Ariel, but what in this situation is a you problem? What is this triggering in you? This is not them. This is you. Because I think dating is learning you. It's not really about the other person. Sorry, tangent. But yeah, so I think that's how I can answer the question. Is just in conflict, I'm learning to be quiet. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be loud, and kind of like not gaslighting myself or like self-sabotaging myself, but I'm like, okay, is this a you thing or is this a them thing?
Tia, what you got?
I was hoping you was gonna go. Conflict has never been something that I've enjoyed. I, for the longest, like growing up, witnessing like differences and seeing how it was managed, it kind of shaped how I respond to conflict now. And just over the years of just being able to engage with different people, and for me, seeing like my parents have different disagreements, and like I think I take after my father when he just kind of shuts down or just like disengage, or just like when he's ready to talk, he'll talk to you, but until then you gonna feel nothing from him. um and so for me, I've learned that. And actually last night I was just thinking, as I was laying in the bed, of like different patterns of whenever conflict arise or how I choose to handle it. It's growing, but it's not there yet, in a sense where if I feel like a weirdness or a disagreement, I would rather not approach the person because I'm like, I don't really know. For one, there was or sometimes there can be like a fear of like how this person is going to respond to what I'm going to say to them, or are they going to just like disregard how I'm feeling or not take into consideration of what took place, or whatever the case may be. Or I may have something that I'm like trying to navigate but not really wanting to deal with it. So it's like conflict is not, I'm still growing in how to navigate it with myself, but I do desire to have some type of resolve and moving forward. But sometimes getting to that place can be tricky for me. Um, but I know it's a part of any relationship. So being able to work through that now before he comes and being able to know, hey, like, let's work through this right quick. Like, I don't want to prolong it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
That's so good. Gosh, what's that saying where it's like it's an animal where it's like there's two types of animals in conflict, one that stays and one that runs away. There's like the hippo or the rhino and the do you guys know this?
No.
No.
Well, and I don't know, so I need you to help me.
I was thinking like
But
a
it's one,
cat.
I was
yeah.
thinking like
It's just
possum.
camping it. It's just camping it. And I'll have to. We'll put this in the show notes, but I'll have to look it up. But it's one where it's like there's people who, if you have to pick one, it's like you either when conflict happens, you like lean in and you like want to talk about it. Maybe you just speak what you're thinking, blah blah. And then the people who retreat. And so, I I had probably the most conflict. It was interesting. It was like a work dynamic with one of my bosses. But it taught me a lot. It was like one of my first jobs of navigating things. But I thought I would be the kind that like stays and says what I think. But I actually like have when conflict happens and I'm like kind of caught off guard. I like to, and I am an internal processor. So if I feel like I haven't got to process something and conflict feels like there's a little bit more at risk or at stake, it's a little more heated. So I feel like what you say can maybe carry more impact in that moment. I want to like really think it through and be thoughtful. And then if my emotions are really high, I have a lot going on in here, but nothing to say yet. And I have to like step away. So I think there's a couple of things. Learning that about myself, I've learned that I'm like, oh, like I will internalize a lot and want to really make sure I process, when something happens, I'm like, okay, is that something that's just like a me thing that I need to deal with? It's not, I just need me and the Lord. I don't need to share it. What's something that I need to share? I think the relationship matters. If it's your boss, you don't need to share everything. They're your boss. There's a professional dynamic. If it's your husband, fiance, you probably need to share a little bit more because that matters and it affects them in different ways. So I would say something else that I'm learning that's been a really helpful mindset shift is I think sometimes with conflict, if you haven't done any reps with it, it can be really scary because you don't know how the person's going to react. And so it's kind of like at risk. You're like, is this going to, if you jump 20, 30 steps ahead, you're like, is this going to ruin the friendship? Is this going to change a good thing we have? And this isn't going to be worth it. So sometimes it's like, I'll just keep it in and not address it because I don't know if it's worth it if what's on the line is losing the relationship or it not being as close. So, but I think with like friendships and relationships that you want to last for the long haul and have depth, conflict is unavoidable. You can deal with it in healthier ways than others, but it's like doing the reps. So it's like the more time you do it, it's like you go down that path and and each, I feel like the first time's accepting it's going to be clunky. You're learning each other, how you respond, like how you communicate about it, not just in the moment, but then the aftermath and how you repair it. And it's like the ones for the long haul. It's worth doing those first 10 clunky ones. And then there will be things that arise, but you learn how to better communicate about it. And it can be a much quicker discussion and repair than the first couple that you don't know you don't know how it sorts out. But then it's like, think about the people that you've been through it with. You're like, man, you feel bonded because you're like, man, we could really like have something and hate each other for a week, but like we're gonna make it. Like we're locked in because like that's not gonna. I don't want that. It's not gonna be enjoyable, but it's not gonna ruin. It's not gonna sever our relationship. So I think that's what I'm remembering. Like the first couple are really clunky and they're gonna feel riskier, but it's worth it and worth working through. And then you start to get reps under your belt and you're like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
So
that's what I kind of like about friendships or relationships that have roots. Because like if you don't have people in your life where you can process things with and actually have deeper conversations with, those surface levels friendships may not be able to be what you actually want. It may appear something what you want, but honestly, if something hits the wall, like what's gonna happen? Are they gonna leave you? Right. Do y'all even have anything to like sustain your relationship, or it's always been surface level? So I feel like when people with deeper rooted relationships that have substance, you can work through some things. And those that don't, like, hey, that shows that your relationship wasn't built on anything other than potential superficial things. And so that will be a sad case, but you are worth having deep relationships with another person. And you just kind of got to navigate until you get to that place. I know when you were talking about the people that you do those reps with, me and Ariel have some reps going on. But it's like, even like the other day of like going to Jay Alexander's in the car, we reached the point where like, it was like a little banter at a point of like, you said, I like this. I like that we can have. I was like, yeah, because it wasn't like this a while ago.
Yeah.
Because
I don't like hidden. I think it's because I don't like hidden agendas. So it's like when you're able to communicate with someone through conflict, it's like I want to see your hand in your heart. And I think growing up, I grew up with a parent that was passive aggressive. Now, if you ask my therapist, I can have moments of passive aggressiveness, but I think I can be direct. But I think that like it scares me when I don't know your intention. It scares me if I don't know you're genuine. And so like when you guys are talking, like I'm looking outside into the abyss of the world. But like I'm looking at because I'm thinking to myself, like when it comes to conflict, it is easier for me to deal with conflict with people that I chose and I pursued. But when it comes to dating, it's harder sometimes for me to deal with conflict because I'm being chose. And it goes back to like the feeling of I don't want to be like I think everyone has to face two lies in this world. Either the fear of or the lie of abandonment and the lie of rejection. And I deal with the abandonment part of it. And so for me, it's like if I'm having a conflict with you, oh, girl, I'm gonna be here. Whatever. We might not talk for 2 days, 2 months. Like I'm gonna be here, but that's because I chose it. Whereas when it comes to a man pursuing me, I'm nervous because I don't know if you have the same intent that I have in my friendships of choosing me. So it's harder for me to deal with conflict. So I might be like what you said, guy. I might be a little lean back, like, okay, I might not go off on this moment, or I might like try to sleep on this or whatever. But my friends, I'm like, oh no, we're gonna deal with it now. We're gonna talk about it now.
Yeah.
But with a person, I'm like, okay, how do you want to deal with it?
that's funny.
And so you guys just made me think of that. But to go back to kind of like your point, it's like I think when we were having that conversation in the car, it's just like I could see your heart in your hand at the same time. It wasn't one was hidden behind you. It was like, oh yeah, okay, I like this. I like this conflict. We're dealing with it.
It wasn't toxic at all. Trust me. It was all laughs and
Yeah, it was laughs.
roll down the window. I'll be right there. Roll it up. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
I had a question for you all about like what has been a good example for you that you desire in your marriage. So now we're going over into marriage. We talked about dating and all the things that we're working on, but in marriage, who or what have been examples for you to kind of want to be not necessarily a goal, because every relationship or every marriage is different, but there are some good things that some marriages do well that you would hope that you would see in your marriage and do well.
Does it have to be like somebody like that we know, or can it be something that we've seen? Yeah. I would say for me, I really have been looking at marriages where the people are partners. And it's a thing of where it's like, this is my wife. So like I love like Kevin on Stage and Melissa. They're a couple that I really enjoy watching because like they always have each other's back. It's always, no, this is me and my wife. And so, and then like they're never afraid to laugh with each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that like I pray to God that my marriage is full of is joy and laughter, because life can get hard and life can get serious. And if this is a person that I might have to bury my mom with one day, if this is the person that I might have to bear bad news with, that we, whatever, I want to be with a person that I know that knows what they want with me, and that they're not afraid to laugh. Like they're not afraid to have joy, and they're not afraid to be like, oh no, you're not going nowhere. Like we locked in, but ha ha ha, Kiki, you ready to eat? Like I want that. Like I
want that for you.
I want that type of security. Like, and I think just seeing different marriages, like Kev on Stage, or like even I think of like some of my aunts and my uncles, I love how they don't play about their wives. Like I saw this video where it was like, you have men that are married and you have men that don't play about their wives. I want a man that don't play about me. Like, and I want that because it's a security thing, but that's something that I've always craved, and that's something that I'm working with, like with the Lord. So
Yeah.
that's something that I would want in my marriage that I've seen.
That's good. I like
Mhm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Protect me. That's my man.
Yeah, we like we don't play about her, and you don't.
There's a couple couples that I look up to that I love, that just like how they've went about their relationships and like how they talked about their marriage and how they've like each dealt with something that came up and that was really tough for them, like a hard season that they might have had, and how they overcame it. And one in particular couple is from my church. It's an older couple, Pam and Scott. They've really poured into my relationship with Mateo, and they've had us over for dinner, just like talking about life and just giving us advice about marriage and just, you know, how it was for them getting married so young and how they've stayed married.
How
I
long have
feel,
they been together?
I mean, they've been together since they got married when they were like 20, I think.
Mhm.
And now I don't know your age, Pam, so I'm so sorry. I don't want to guess either. Out of
Many
respect,
decades.
Like-
Many
but
decades.
you look great for your age.
Okay, girl.
But I mean, one thing for us that they, at least Pam had talked to me about was, you know, whatever you're going through, not going to bed upset with each other because you're still angry, you're upset, you still have like all that, not really resentment, but you just have like all those, you're still really emotional about it. And she was saying in particular, just like, you could still be annoyed at each other, but don't go to bed mad because you'll wake up still feeling like that. And it can just pour into other parts of the relationship that can, you know, turn it, maybe not toxic, but it just can take a turn on your relationship and just hard to, well, just doing that. But she was like, communication is such a big thing. And kind of going back to the other question when it was like, I don't like conflict. Mateo doesn't like conflict. So I think that's why we're really big on communicating. But that's always been hearing her advice and just her story and their marriage just is something that I would love for us to look forward to, but also have our own like set things going into our marriage since that's happening so soon. But we've just, I think just having conversations with those wise people has just, it really just makes it just exciting, but it uplifts us too, because I feel like there's a lot of people around our age that there's a lot of divorce going on. There's a lot of, you know, people don't want to talk, people don't want to communicate, and so it's just easier kind of like to run away. And that's something that we definitely have talked about we're not doing. So just looking up to their relationship with just how you have to pray about it together, pray about it all the time, whatever you're going with. She was like, you know, you just see a change in your relationship. So yeah,
That's good.
Way to go, Pam.
Come on, Pam.
way to go, Pam.
Also, I love this little spatula. I feel like I can.
Empowered.
Yeah, it feels good. This is a little bit unique. But in my personal journey with this kind of stuff, I have in therapy too. I've been in therapy past year, and it's been amazing. But this might not resonate with everyone, but there's been this idea I've had for a long time. And part of it has to do with growing up. Part of it has to do with this independent wiring. Part of it has to do with just things I took on that just weren't the Lord's truth. And I just took him in. And I think it's out of self-protection and really, you know, I think relationships can hurt you really deeply, as can marriage when it's unhealthy. And so I think just out of fear and being like, do I want to do it? Do I not? Like, I don't know if it's worth it. I've had this idea for a long time that I'm not going to get to build the life that I have vision for, the Lord's given me vision for, that I want, if really like a relationship's going to slow me down. And I have been learning a lot about that. I mean, I could choose to date someone or marry someone who that would be the case, where it wouldn't be a great teammate for me.
Mhm.
But that is actually rooted in a lot of fear. And there is an element of anything of where there's dying to self, there's sacrifice for the lifting up of the other person, because you're like, I'm committed to their well-being. But I think to answer the question, I've seen relationships where you might go a little slower, but they still built really beautiful lives, and actually better lives and more sustainable lives and more full and purposeful than if they did it on their own. And so shifting my mindset to like that is very possible. And that's been really helpful to see couples who are 5 years, 10 years, 40 years ahead of me having built a life that was was really beautiful. And I'm like, oh, that's possible. Like I don't have to sacrifice this vision of a beautiful, meaningful life that I've been doing for, I feel like, so many years on my own. It's like that can exist in a relationship too. And I just got to remove the fear. It doesn't come without work, doesn't come without conflict. But that actually could keep me really grounded in building the right things. So yeah, thankful to I'm thinking of like 5 couples right now that some are just a little bit ahead of me, some are 30 years ahead of me that I've gotten to do some life with. And just thankful. You can tell too, like when a couple is like 40 years in, you go to dinner with them, the way they talk to each other says so much. The way they make eye contact, the way they communicate, just in it. You sit down with them for 15 minutes and you see the way they communicate about what appetizer they want. You're like, you can tell who's done the work. You can tell who's done the work.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's good. No, that's good, because you do have those people in your life that you go out to any interaction you have with them, and how he treats her and how she speaks to him, and you see the dynamic of them both and how they're engaging with each other. It's like, that's some good work, because some people think it's going to be always good times or always challenging times, but it's like you work through those challenging times so that you can have more good times. With anything that's worthwhile, you have to put towards work. When I think of like relationships that have impacted my life, obviously I go back to my parents. They've been together for 34 years. And so for me, seeing them grow up, and just the dynamic of what it looked like for marriage, because my parents, they both grew up. So my mom is one of 10, my dad is one of 15. So it's like, that's a lot of kids. And so for my mom, her side of the family was not, her parents weren't together. And so it's a lot of different things at play. So to actually have a relationship scene that was worth fighting for, us, like stood through, she may not have saw. Matter of fact, she probably didn't. But my dad, his parents were together his life until they passed. Well, he passed and whatever. But for me, just seeing them, like, though their relationship was not perfect by any means, but it showed me what it looks like to actually stay in the thickest of thicks, the thins of thins. And so for me, when I think of marriage, I don't think of anything to give up on. Like, even with friendships that are like, I'm like, dang, I secretly don't want this to leave, like, or end, but like some things do, but some things don't. And so the ones that I'm like truly like, because I'm a person that I'm all in when I'm all in. It's like, no, we fell out of love. No, we finna fight for this. We finna work for this. Because I've seen people like give up because, oh, we fell out of love or X, Y, Z. Yeah, there are cases for divorce. Cool. If it's what the Lord's saying. If you lay your hand on me, I'm done. Like, you cheat on me, the Lord better restore. But those are like 2 like things that I'm like high on my level. Like, we might need to consider. But other than that, I'm like, we really are going to be fighting through the thicks of thicks and thins of thins. Because I'm a loyal person. I want to be there for somebody else. I want to fight for you. It may look different. It may be hard to get to that place, but I'm not wanting to give up. So for my husband, we in this thing together. Because it matters to me. But I do see people that have healthy relationships and like, oh, he opens her door or he speaks kind words to her or he defends her. Like, those are the things that I really enjoy. Like, to know that I'm protected. come on, he opened. Yeah, he does. He really
Mateo
does.
opens the door for me every place we go.
Yeah, I saw that one night. I said, you better come on, my man, open my door. We was at the dinner party and I saw that happen. I said,
every time.
Yeah, so like stuff like that shows like he has a heart of the father and he wants to love his wife just as God has loved him. So yeah, those things are some things to kind of look forward to. But yeah, as we wrap this time down, because this has been a really good conversation. I thank you for all your inputs and things that you brought to the table and the questions you asked and your response. Because it matters. It shows what the Lord is doing through our hearts and through our lives, so that the day we do walk down the aisle, some soon, some next month. I don't know. Well, yours is next month, but next year, like
in 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
Just about.
Tia, one question: where do the boyfriends submit their application to be the boyfriends for the single ladies on this podcast? Where is that?
The application is if you dare to reach out and you want one of these lovely ladies that are not taken, you know.
Hold on, let me say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
6 feet tall, chocolate, love the Lord. Your bank account is not through Cash App. You have a real account.
Oh,
and you want to laugh. I just thought like if we're gonna have them apply, like let's go ahead and switch. Like let's this is them out.
This is the application.
Why are we sitting here? I don't want everybody. This is my season of select, and I just no.
There you have it, ladies. Well, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, no ladies.
No, I was saying ladies and gentlemen, but then I was like, I don't need that. Well, but Gabby, anything you want to throw out there for yours?
No, I kind of like sorting through stuff. So, but yeah, like I'm pretty down to like do a lot of very active things with my life. And so if you're not into that in nature, like maybe not, probably not. Yeah.
That's the only thing. Just be out there active.
You also have to like your family.
Yeah.
You need to like.
We're just adding. I really like the funny ones. If you're funny,
boy.
Just high level. If you got a mustache, that's good too.
Come on, some facial hair.
I know. And I mean, obviously, love the Lord. That's a given. Yeah. So
I said we love facial hair.
Oh, come on, because Mateo, yeah, he does.
So funny mustache outdoors. See what you got.
Yeah, what you
got? I thought you was gonna ask more.
I was, but I'll just find me in the comments. I'll put my information down there.
Okay, come on. For me, I think it's tricky because it don't matter. I think for me, I definitely like a light skinned person. That's just my preference. You could be any ethnicity. I don't really care. Facial hair is nice with like dark features. It just does something to my eyes, and yeah.
Something good.
It's just that parallel of like if he was Hispanic. And like he has like a caramel color with that dark beard, Yeah. It's just something about that caramel and dark feature thing that I got going on. I don't really know, but because so if have you ever seen like All American?
Oh my god, I've never met somebody to watch it over and over and over again.
Anyway, so I believe his real name is Michael Evans, and so he plays the quarterback. Yeah. So like I think I showed y'all at the dinner. Anyway, like him with his facial hair and his like that's yeah. But anyway,
Michael Evans, if you're listening,
probably won't. But just in case, somebody that knows somebody. Anyway, but no, for real, for me, I think for sure, obviously, loves the Lord. Literally, will submit his life to the Lord and lead as well. I don't just need anybody. I just need somebody that's going to love the Lord and lead as well. Because if I'm to submit myself to you, I want you to lead us in a way that we both will be okay, And then I love to travel. Like you have a job. We have a job.
Oh, a man that don't work, don't eat. That's biblical. that's biblical.
Like you don't have to have anything fancy. Like long as you take care of yourself and is able to take care of me. We can make some work because I'm working. Like I'm not staying home mom is not for me. I love those that do. If you are, fine. For me, you going to school and I'm going to work. But yeah, someone that has a job, loves to travel, loves the Lord, loves family, has a good relationship with his mom and his dad, just parents in general. Yeah. Yes.
Well,
We ain't eating
yeah.
chicken nuggets and french fries.
Okay, wait a minute. That was a shot because I'm a picky eater. That's all I eat. But I feel like if he has the more exotic taste buds, I think like I would love that.
It's just a balance. You know
Yeah, like I don't want to have to eat
love the
it
spices.
crazy. Yeah.
Come on.
Different spices on
Yeah.
the food.
And don't offer it to me. Like just
Mhm.
yeah, that look good on your plate.
On your plate. No, yeah, just somebody like you don't have to be like me. I want you to be yourself and that we complement each other in our own ways. Not the spiritual side of yin and yang, but like the complementary side of yin and yang where it's a balance. Like
Yeah.
we don't complete each other, but we are like very much in tune with each other where we balance each other out. So yeah, that's mine.
Okay, I'm gonna a couple of mine just real quick.
Okay.
Discipline.
Oh, come on.
He has to be like financially like I don't like he doesn't have to be wealthy, but I would just like him to be disciplined in that area because I can have like a frugal mindset sometimes. I like to say I just watch what I spend, but some people might call that frugal. And I don't know. Now that I moved to the South, because I'm not from the South, I'm a Midwest girly, Indiana. So like I'm like, I wouldn't mind a Southern man, like a real
Come
Southern
on.
man, like maybe Alabama, Mississippi, kind of like, like something like that. But I think
country
it's
boy.
yeah, just cause like
With
yeah,
your little boots on,
yeah,
with
just
them
a
little
different-
jeans.
but he's
Hold up
willing.
now.
But he's willing to go to the city. But he's willing to go to the city.
Yeah, we can go travel to the city.
City,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
want you to be like, like them little cowboys.
I
little
don't
jeans.
know. When you say little G's, I think about gauchos. Like,
Little
no,
jeans.
like what? Little G's.
Like I look at their arms, like the forearms and their little calves, like and they look.
Oh, they have to drive with one hand too.
There you
That yeah,
go.
yeah. Drive with one
I'm
hand.
telling you.
Oh,
Yeah.
and smell good.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like when a man that doesn't have a smell, I don't trust you because smell is not for you; it's for the people around you.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't care about me.
Mm.
And so, oh god,
that's
no. So like when a man like takes the time to put on some cologne,
Take a bath.
when they have a hygiene bag, that I'll be like, come on, little purse, come on, hygiene bag. I like that.
My
Like,
dad called it his ditty. Isn't that a thing? A ditty?
That's what your
That's
daddy
like
heard?
a that's a
I think I've heard
that's
of
a
it.
man's like makeup bag.
yes,
A
I like
ditty.
that.
He said, "Get my ditty,"
Yeah, at first I said,
which I don't think we can say ditty anymore.
Yeah,
And so
that's
I'm
what I
sorry,
said.
delete that from this. I didn't say.
I'm like, Diddy, oh no.
You like you do like censored over my mouth when I say that.
Like,
probably
beep.
Anyways, that was before all this went down. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's good.
But,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Oh, a person that loves people.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to be
Yeah.
as extroverted as me, but like I would love for our home to be the place where like we host gatherings, like holidays with the family. But he's not like just in the corner by himself.
Right.
Like, I mean, he can have his moment where he's like, I need to go recharge, but like he wants people over in the
Yeah,
house. He
got
wants
put
people to
some
be
on
there.
the grill.
Oh yeah, grill master.
Yeah.
Knows how to cook. We can cook together.
Mhm.
I like that.
Not toaster
Our big
strudels.
thing.
Oh yeah, man, yes.
Yes, we love to cook.
Yeah.
What do you got? Okay, what's the latest meal you guys cooked together?
Well, he cooked it. I just enjoyed it. He made his mom. I'm not a meatloaf lover, but his mom's meatloaf. I love it. It's so good. It's so flavorful. Has bacon in it. It's delicious. Could tell you what
Meatloaf
it
with bacon.
is.
I
I think it might be a
Oh,
family
okay.
recipe, so I'm not saying anything. But
Mm.
I also don't remember. So
you have me at bacon.
like
I love bacon, yeah.
but I love bacon. I think my favorite thing is he makes Korean pork. So he makes like a really good marinade for it.
Mm-hmm.
And before he actually left for Christmas to be with his family, he made me some so I can make my own meal prep with it. Didn't ask him for
That's
it.
a king
He
right
went ahead
there.
and made it without me.
He was so thoughtful. That is thoughtful. My woman's gonna need to eat. Let me go ahead and prep her something.
Yeah. He knew I'd probably make ramen at home or something.
Oh, that is so cute.
So he prepared me.
Okay, Monte, you got a cousin, an uncle, somebody. But yes, ladies. Thank you. You had anything else to say?
Mm-mm.
You got anything else to say?
No,
What about
that
you?
wraps it.
All right. guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation today. It was actually, I mean, I ain't gonna say actually, but it was good. It was a good conversation to just dive in to see our perspectives and to just see the little things that we desire, like one-handed drivers or cow boots on the dash. I don't know.
Well, your cowboys better not be on my dashboard. Like,
whatever the case.
wait a minute, what are you raising on the bar?
Whatever the case may have been. But thank you for tuning in and listening to us today. I hope you enjoy and hope you take away something to grow in or to talk with the Lord about, or just to be like, yeah, I felt that. Wherever the case may be, thank you for tuning in today. And as always, we're going to pray this thing out. So, Lord, thank you for this time. Thank you for being here with us. And I just pray that you will just be with the listeners and just the ladies that came today. Lord, I ask that you just continue to just navigate and move in our lives only the ways that you can, especially in the ways of relationships, to grow us, to mature us, and to just be more and more like you in our relationships, and just continue to shower your love upon us as we just move through grace and mercy. Yeah. Anything that the listeners took away today, I ask that you just bless it, bless the seeds that was casted, and that you would just grow it to fruition of what you see fit. So yeah, Lord, thank you for all that you're doing in our lives. May you get the glory, the honor, and praise. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. Until next time with the boys, I hope you have a good time and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.